All right, go.
Go what?
Hi.
Oh, hi. Oh, we're going to do
Yes.
video recording.
Yes.
All right, Melissa, I'm going to go over this with you.
Okay.
The hose faucet on the left side is loose. It's pulled loose from the wall, needs to be resecured.
Okay.
The ground wire for the electrical system, which is on the left side of the house, the ground wire clamp is loose and the wire is broken, but somebody took and tied it in a knot to repair it, so that needs to be replaced.
Okay.
The deck on the back, the upper set of steps is high enough to require a hand railing. It does not have one.
Okay.
The lower deck itself had railing around it at one point. It's not required to have it because it's not over 30 inches high. Some of the supports are rotting out on it, and that little two-step at the bottom is very weak. Should be repaired.
Okay.
Right side of the house, a squirrel's been chewing on the windowsill.
Great.
It's done some damage. This is under the kitchen sink. This is, when they remodeled, they left the vent for the plumbing drain for the kitchen open. There should be a Studer vent or a vent cap installed on top of that.
Okay.
Also under the sink, the garbage disposal, it appears they didn't install a switch for it. There's an outlet, but it's not on a switch. So the only way to make the garbage disposal work is to plug it and unplug it. And right now it's unplugged and the unit is jammed. So it needs to, it's either got debris stuck in it or just been sitting a long time without being
frozen.
used. Yep, frozen up. Maybe repairable. The kitchen island, the remodel job is new enough in this house that they should have put an outlet on this center island. There's not one there, or I couldn't locate one. I didn't look inside the cabinet, but there's not one around the outside.
Okay.
The attic ladder is missing insulation or it's damaged, and some of the nuts and bolts and screws that hold it together are coming loose.
Okay. Yeah. Some of that insulation's on the floor right now in the hallway.
Oh, is it? Well,
I'll get
clean
it.
that up. No, I'll get it.
No worries.
Attic wiring. There's a couple wiring boxes in the attic that don't have covers on them.
Okay.
And then above the kitchen, there's a loose wire just laying on the wood up there that is hot, meaning it's got voltage to it. So that needs to be capped off or done away with by the electrician.
Okay.
There's 3 access doors to the crawl space. 2 of them have water damage or decay. That means they're rotted out at the bottom. Going underneath the house, there is a wiring splice under the kitchen that is not in a covered wiring box.
Okay.
Then there's a ledger strip which holds up some of the floor joist or one of the floor joists in the crawl space under the kitchen. It's split. Don't see any signs of settling or anything, but it needs to be secured or repaired.
Okay. How would you fix that?
Just putting another nail in it or replacing the board, one or the other.
Okay.
Sump pump doesn't work. It's down in the storm cellar or root cellar.
Okay.
The floor joist under the hall bathroom tub, when they remodeled, they cut a joist in half and didn't re-support it. It either needs to have another joist sistered to it or either supports added underneath it. Sistering another joist to it's the easiest thing.
Okay.
There's some old termite damage on the right side above the access. I don't see any structural damage, but there is some minor damage there.
Okay.
And then under the Jack and Jill bathroom, the ledger board and outer bandsill has some water damage. There need to be some repairs done there, and that means replacing that wood.
Okay. So that was what that Greg from the termite guy was talking about.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
The garage out back, just some basic notes. There's some sagging of the framing. It's just due to age. There's not anything that really needs to be done about it. Some of the paint's peeling on some of the trim. It's not, it's cosmetic really.
Okay.
The summary page has everything typed up in one place. Most of these items we took pictures of or have already discussed. The deck and stuff out back we've already talked about. The window that's been damaged by the squirrels we talked about. Some of the storm windows on the right side are actually coming off the track, and some of the window screens are either missing or have holes in them, need to be repaired. The hose faucet we talked about, the garage we talked about. The electrical number 8, 3-prong outlets in the home don't have dedicated grounds. This house was built on a 2-wire system, and when they remodeled it last, they didn't redo the wiring. So the 3-prong outlets don't have grounds. Anything you plug into them will work, but they're just not grounded.
Okay. Is that a big deal?
It depends. If you want to have TV, stereos, expensive stuff like that, computers should be in grounded outlets, or you're going to need to use power strips that have surge protectors to protect them.
Okay.
One way to correct that. GFCI stands for ground fault circuit interrupter. That is one of the outlets that has the buttons in the middle of it, the test and reset buttons. There's one right of the front porch that has will not trip off, meaning it's gone bad, will need to be replaced.
Okay.
We've talked about the ground rod already. We've talked about the structural items in the crawl space already. All the attic items we've talked about. The crawl space doors we've talked about, sump pump and the wiring down there. The fireplace that's up in the front den, they're not using it. It's an old coal burning fireplace and just needs to be left. They've got the flue sealed now, it just needs to be left that way.
Just leave it alone.
Yeah, not unless you plan to restore it, which would be very expensive.
Okay.
The Jack and Jill bathroom, the door won't latch properly, and actually the doorknob's coming off. And I'm sorry, the Jack and Jill bathroom, the door won't latch, the one toward the front bedroom. The other bathroom, the doorknob is come loose, and Melissa got stuck in the bathroom.
Woohoo!
The
Super
toilet in the Jack and Jill bathroom is loose on the floor. It's not leaking. It just moves. Needs to be tightened up.
Okay.
And same thing with the hall bathroom. The toilet on there is loose as well, but not leaking.
Okay.
The kitchen items we've talked about already. Windows. You've got a couple cracked window panes in the dining room, and a broken latch as well. A bunch of windows are also painted shut or secured shut. They got nails holding them closed. And there's one outlet above the fireplace in the front bedroom that doesn't work.
Okay.
And there's an outlet missing a cover behind the washing machine in the laundry room.
Okay, let's go back to the kitchen. Let's talk about the floor tiles being loose.
Okay, I've got that.
Yeah.
Yep, floor tiles. Yeah, all the floor tiles are starting to pop loose. You can look from the bottom in the crawl space, and the Durarock is there, meaning they put the backer board in like they should have, but they probably, the process of them adhering the tiles to the backer board, they did something wrong, so the tiles are popping loose, or either just because of the flexing of the floor, because the subfloor wasn't thick enough, the tiles are popping loose. There's no fixing it other than taking the tiles back up and redoing them, or leave it like it is until you get tired of it.
Because it's okay.
Well, it's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere.
It's not going anywhere, meaning you're not going to fall through the floor or anything, but structurally it's fine. The tiles are just going to continue to get loose. And the grout,
do you regrout that?
Well, the grout just keep coming out. As you notice when you look, the grout's already gone.
Wow. Okay.
Or coming out. Every time you mop, you'll get
Little bit of grout.
in the mop.
So leave it be till you're ready to do something else.
Yeah. Or redo all of it.
Oh, jeez. Okay.
Yep.
Okie dokie.
Cool.
Sounds good.